also you are aware that like there was a, like I don't know how to call it, but it was a shocking change on some of the designated organizations' fees, which was not expected at all, or it was not at the time that they made a decision to just apply for the startup visa program. They were not considering those costs. So, what are the factors that you think it was impacted the pricing from the designated organizations?
Well, I mean, not to sound too academic here, but it was basically a supply and demand situation where all of a sudden there was a shift in the supply curve of letters of support uh, drastically to the left. And the demand basically stayed the same at that point, and laws of economics naturally shot the price up for letters of support that were being provided by the designated entities. But if you look at it from the designated entity standpoint, a lot of them had these very large carrying costs, like big office, tons of employees, and their whole business model was set up on having unlimited abilities to sell letters of support. And then all of a sudden they can only do 10. And so the only way that they were able to make the economics work and still break even was to increase the prices of the letters of support that they would be selling. So that's the whole reason why the prices of entry went up so drastically.
Yeah, and thank you. I think that I'm just looking at the other question. They are asking if you have any opening in existing groups, and then do we make two different retainer? Can I have your email for contact? So I think the email will be provided at the end, and also we will send you, as I mentioned, we will send you the recording of this webinar. Plus, there are a couple of questions that I'm sure we won't have time to answer all of them, so we will answer those questions as well and address them in the email that you will receive after soon after the finishing the webinar. The next thing is the a specific question that you ask about Genesis Link pricing or Pycap. I should mention that we are not aiming our target and goal is making sure that this is an informative session and is to increasing the knowledge of our audience. Is not a marketing part. The only thing that we have mentioned about our companies in the beginning was for you to know us and know that who is hosting this webinar, who is our guest. It's not at all with the marketing purpose. So all those questions that are specifically for Genesis Link or they are for PyCap, we will answer you directly. We will send you an email, and I won't just bring those questions now, and I won't ask Stuart. But the thing is that why are seeing only one program which supports prospective entrepreneurs? There are so many other avenues for individual peers. In case you have any insight. We are not seeing so, as I have mentioned in the beginning, that why we decided to have this webinar and why we are passionate about startups. I'm an entrepreneur. Genesis Link is not my only firm. I was helping other startups to just grow in Canada and establish their business, also Canadian as well, or young entrepreneurs to establish their business. So building those startup and the ecosystem is our passion, and this is why we are trying to focus on this immigration stream specifically, or business immigration streams. We are not saying, I'm not an immigration consultant or lawyer, and I'm not promoting any immigration streams. But since we are focused more on the startup ecosystem, and a startup visa is matched with our direction, that's why that we are covering here the just the startup topic. And the other thing is that also we received a couple of requests from the attendees who were not able to attend today, but they were asking for other business streams. If we can have some sessions, we will see if we can do that, and we will accommodate it. PyCap is not on the priority processing list of IRCC. Do you work with the designated organization who are on the priority processing? Yes. And PyCap, I think that there is a explanation, maybe Stuart, that do you want to mention about this priority processing? Is Pycap able to just make one startup team on the prioritized list or no?
Yeah, great question. You're right. We are not on the priority processing list, and that's because we're not a member of the Canada Tech Network. And the ones that are a part of the Canada Tech Network, from my understanding, they have some sort of government backing or involvement, or they're a nonprofit. So all of the private ones, from my understanding, like PyCap, who will kind of operate on our own, independent of government funding, are not members of CTN and thus are not on the priority processing list. But from my understanding, we could get clients on the priority processing list if we were to make an investment into those companies of $75,000.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And the client does have a project working with IRCC. They are asking again couple of questions. We are receiving several questions that again it's I have to mention something about Genesis Link services. We will respond to you in email. I apologize for not answering here since the whole webinar is getting recorded. I don't want to just talk about too much of the advertising. We will send you responses on the with email. And once the LOS expires, how easy it is to get new LOS? Stuart, do you want to answer this? What happens if someone's get a LOS and they are not able to just put everything else, all the other required documents together, and the LOS expires?
Okay, so I might be stepping a little bit out of my realm here. So full disclaimer, I'm not an immigration professional. I'm not an immigration consultant or lawyer. So I'm just telling you from my perspective. So please seek professional guidance on that question. My understanding is that you have 6 months to apply. You're able to renew your letter of support as long as no one on your team has submitted their permanent residency application. But again, please consult with an immigration professional to make sure that you get the right information in regards to that question.
Okay, perfect. And are there any specific innovative ideas or sectors innovations that IRCC or designated organization are interested in?
Some designated entities have a preference, and I believe they will indicate that on their websites. For me, we are industry agnostic, likewise with innovation. So if we see a company that is a good fit for the startup visa program, regardless of the industry, regardless of whatever they're even calling innovation, like it doesn't necessarily have to be these high tech kind of buzzwords that we always hear about, like artificial intelligence or blockchain or Internet of Things. If they have an innovative way to manufacture rugs using organic material, then I believe that would qualify as something innovative, as long as the intellectual property is owned by the company and they're able to physically bring that into Canada.
That's perfect. And let me see if we can take one or two more questions here. And oh, they are asking, this is not now, but before they wrote to us that now that peer review, there is not any other, just, peer review, how they are evaluating, if they have any concern, how they are doing this.
Yeah, you know what? That's like internal IRCC things that they are doing. They don't seem to be consulting with a peer review external panel. My hope is that they are going to bring in a peer review panel again, because in my opinion, it makes so much sense. My advice, which I gave like towards the beginning of this conversation, is to just focus on making a great business in Canada. Do what you need to do and make your decisions focused on addressing that. And if you are challenged in any way, the hope is that you're able to address any questions or any concern by being able to show that you're serious about your company. You're making decisions that are for the betterment of your company, whether a visa officer agrees with it or not. It's your ability to appeal and educate them on why you're making certain decisions and doing something or not doing something, which I think